Chaotic X Gaming Johnny Chaos here for the Week 4 results. And let's get right into it. Second City Saints defeats Mongolian Midgets, formerly known as Second City Taints / Immigrant Dog Eaters / Milkmen, 151.64 to 138.92. Samoan Werewolves putting a Samoan beat down on Coach Prime Toes, 160.7 to 133.28. Wow. And CeeDeez Nutz smokes the Patriot Way pack. 165.54 to 136.20. Jay Resendez shocks the Cobra and the entire league. Highest scorer this week. Wow. What got into him? His hopes, his prayers are being answered. 173.62 to 110.10. And now let's bring up the weekly rankings. Week 5 rankings for this week sees Cheeesehead staying in the top spot, but Samoan Werewolves moving into the second spot. CeeDeez Nutz, number 3. Our Tribal Cheif falls to number 4. And Second City Saints cracking the top 5. Wow. Mind blown. Jay Resendez 3. Never thought I would have seen it this early in the season. He's up to number 6. Coach Prime Toes dropping to number 7. Cobra dropping to number 8. Mongolian Midgets, formerly known as Second City Taints, Immigrant Dog Eaters, and Milkmen, drops to number 9. And the Patriot Way, unfortunately, dropping all the way down to number 10. Now let's check out the updated banks. Nothing much more to update than right there, Jay Resendez 3 winning both highest weekly scorer this last week and the highest scoring starter with Derrick Henry. Wow. Well, it's been quite the honor to bring you last week's results and this week's rankings. But without further ado, let's get them out here. The commish. Evening, gentlemen. Welcome back to the Commissioner's Note. The Week 4 review and the Week 5 preview by none other than Commissioner Mendez. Let's get right into it. Let's open this bad boy up. Lowest scoring week of the season thus far for the league. Lots of injuries piling up for some teams and lack of production from some of the others. We are also a 1 rush yard away, though, from seeing our first 200-yard rusher that would have earned bonus points. Lots of matchups this week that were pretty close at some point, until the winning teams pulled away with an average margin of victory of 34.2 points this past week. Solid win margins, but the losers, it's got to be tough. Well, let's get into it. Let's get into the highs and the one low. Highest scoring team of the week. My goodness, are you kidding me? Who would have ever thought that we would have said his name as the highest scorer for the week? Jay Resendez with 173.62 points with the highest scorer of the week. The lowest scorer of the week, Cobra, 110.10, who ironically was facing Jay Resendez. Highest scoring started player, Derrick Henry, owned by Jay Resendez 3. 44.90 points. Highest scoring quarterback this week, Jordan Love, owned by Cheeseesehead, 39.16 points. Highest scoring running back again, Derrick Henry to Jay Resendez, 44.9 points. Highest scoring wide receiver this week, CeeDee Lamb, owned by CeeDeez Nutz, 35.6. Highest scoring tight end for the week, Travis Kelce, owned by Mongolian Midgets, formerly known as Second City Taints, Immigrant Dog Eaters, Milkmen, 17.90 points. Highest scoring defense, the San Francisco 49ers, with 29 points. My goodness. High scoring defense. And to round it out, the highest scoring kicker of the week, Jake Moody, who had 13 points for Coach Prime Toes. As we move into our game of the week, week 4 review, our tribal chief taking on Cheeseesehead. And Cheeseesehead dominates the reigning, defending, undisputed champ, 158.36 to 120.54. In an epic heavyweight clash, a rematch of last year's championship, and now a 3-1 record over the champ, Cheeseesehead was able to pull out a huge win early in the season to remain the only, and I mean the only, unbeaten team left in the league. Another phenomenal start from Cheeseesehead, who continues to prove that last year was no fluke. The champ will look to bounce back this week as he finds himself in an unfamiliar place than he did last year. Good matchup to watch. Looking forward to meeting their next meeting, week 10. Should be quite a doozy. Until then, I give game of the week for week 4 3.5 stars. We got the rematch with Cheeseesehead getting a slight measure of revenge. Another solid week of fantasy football, as this week will mark a third of the way done with the regular season. Things really heating up and shaping up as the playoff race gets going. Who is going to be the first to knock off Cheeseesehead this year, if anybody? The big margin of victories will be the bright spot, along with Jay Resendez, who has found some life these past couple of weeks to climb his way up the rankings. This week met the minimum of my expectations, and very satisfactory. As we move into the game previews for week 5, starting off first, Second City Saints taking on Cobra, a hobbled Cobra. 154.53 to 131.74. Second City Saints with the advantage or projection to win this week. Will Second City Saints keep the ball rolling against an injured, hobbled Cobra, or will Cobra to find a way to win with a replacement? Our next matchup, the Patriot Way taking on Cheeseeesehead. 153.26 to 128.39. Cheeseeesehead with the advantage. Patriot Way saying a quick Hail Mary before this week's matchup. Cheeseeesehead looks to keep on rolling. And the Patriot Way looking to avoid a 1-4 start. Up next, Coach Prime Toast takes on CeeDeez Nutz, 148.21 to 134.15. CeeDeez Nutz with the advantage at the time of this recording. Can Coach Prime Toast put it all together for 1 week and get a dub? Or will CeeDeez Nutz opponents continue to see these nuts? And finally, our tribal chief takes on Jay Resendez, 3, highest scorer last week, 152.41 to 123.59. our tribal chief with the advantage at the moment. Our tribal chief was looking forward to a bye week, but the recent success of Jay Resendez 3 has our tribal chief taking this one just a bit more seriously. And game of the week preview for week 5. It's week 5. Some great game of the weeks that we've had thus far. This week should be no different. We are going Samoan versus Mongolian. A Star-Lord divisional game that is ready to set the league on fire this week. Two teams that are looking to make a big statement as we inch closer and closer to playoffs. The team of many names looks to take out one of the hottest teams in the league right now. Will he be successful, or will he catch a Samoan beatdown like most have this season at the hands of the Samoan Werewolves? Samoan Werewolves taking on Mongolian Midgets, formerly known as Second City Taints / Immigrant Dog Eaters / Milkmen. 153.73 to 135.63 Samoan Werewolves with the advantage at the moment. Well, another week of football, another week of fantasy football. Let's see what you fellas can do as things are really starting to heat up. Let's go. No. My apologies. Good luck to everybody, and let's fucking go.